Aloha everybody, Gabe here from the Hawaii Institute of Self-Reliance, his survival. Thank you for watching, welcome back. Today's video, I've got an iconic blade right here. This has got a reputation for being a really good knife. This is the ESEE Junglas, or Junglas, whatever you want to call it. Made in America, out of 1095 steel. It's a full tang knife, beveled edge, high saber grind, and it's got a powder coating on it. This particular one is a dark earth powder coating and Markita handles. Stick around, see what I think of this knife. Yeah! Let's see how good she is at cracking skulls. Oh yeah. That skull is cracked. My review of the ESEE Junglas knife. Here's my review of the ESEE Junglas knife. Ironwood is no joke. This knife held up. Look at that. It's a tough knife right here. Ironwood chopping test. She survived. So the 1095 holds an edge for a fairly long time and is easy to sharpen in the field. ESEE puts a beveled edge on their knives, but I have had this knife so long it doesn't have the factory edge. ESEE Junglas knife review. Even though it can span it, I'm going to baton correctly because cinnamon wood is gnarly wood. So I'm going to go on the edge right there. Oh, beautiful wood. Look at that. Look at that color. It's beautiful, huh? It's got a little cinnamon smell to it. It's like Christmas. Oh yeah, by the way, Happy New Year. That's a tough knot right there. Look at that. It's just knotted all up. Cinnamon wood is a hard wood. It's no joke. And I've peeled the bark off this wood, and that's what I make my cinnamon out of. I grow cinnamon trees. She can handle it. Look at that. Now, let's see if she stayed sharp. Yeah, it's pretty sharp. Let's get a better spot. I can make some fine curls. Look at that. Yeah, she stayed sharp. And obviously I've had this knife for quite a while, so it's not the factory edge. But she does nice feather sticks right there. It's awesome. Now I got a little thirsty doing that, so I'm gonna open a coconut. Show you guys she's still sharp. Be safe when you're opening coconut. Keep your hand back here and away from where you're gonna cut. There we go. Open coconut. Oh yeah, I am thirsty. All that batoning. I almost destroyed this knife. It was almost obliterated while batoning. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, another day in paradise. Now, after all that abuse, we're going to see how she slices. Oh yeah, she's good and sharp. We're gonna do some chopping, and I got some guava right here. It's almost an inch thick. Let's see how she performs. Woo! Get that nice snap cut going. Wham! Yep. That's awesome. Awesome. Okay, let's do a tent stake. So I can use it like this for finer work, right? But she's a chopper. So what I can do, chop my way to a tent stake. There we go, and do a little bit of detail work on it. Got a pretty good spike. There we go. Good spike on there. And then do the notch. There we go. Got a pretty good notch. You know, from a big knife like this, There we go. That's pretty good. Yeah, she works. You can do finer tasks, for sure. I'm going to give you a close-up of this knife and talk about the sheath. First, the sheath. Now this is just an ESEE pouch. They're around $25, $30. This does not come with the sheath. I just put it on there to show you that it does attach to the sheath. And it has a really nice drainage hole right there. Plenty of lashing points to lash onto. And there's really good molly right here. It's awesome. There's a belt loop so you can put the sheath on your belt. There is, of course, the kydex, and then there's a tightener right here for the kydex, a tensioner. You can tighten it up right there, and it's fully adjustable. There's a pommeled flap, and that's really awesome because this is jump ready. And, you know, nothing will catch on it. And a really good sheath in the jungle is critical, in my opinion, because if you lose your knife in the jungle, you're not going to find it again, most likely. And then, so back to the sheath. You have this button snap right here that's adjustable with Velcro. It's really awesome. And just the kydex alone can hold the knife in, right? Now there is some rattle. That's my one complaint to the sheath. But you hear that? That's really good retention right there. That's awesome. This is one of the best production sheaths I've ever used, and I believe this is probably one of the best production sheaths out there, period. To have this custom made would be at least $100, and then the molly backing would probably be another $20 to $30. So this is an awesome value when it comes to the sheath. Now let's get to the knife. Now you have a 16.5 inches overall, right? And then the blade is 10.38 from here to the tip, and it is a full tang knife, and then it has a high saber grind. The thickness is 0.188 inches, and it comes with removable Markita handle scales and this really nice lanyard hole right there. I like that option. I wish there was a choil. See, you can't really do fine tasks with it, right? And if there's a choil, you could get right up on that blade and comfortable. But other than that, this is the most comfortable ESEE handle I have used. I wear medium-sized gloves. You can choke up right there. That's comfortable. Right here is comfortable. Right here is comfortable. I have used the ESEE 3, the ESEE 6, and the Junglas. So this is the most comfortable ESEE handle I've ever used. Now the tip is my one complaint. You see that's kind of thin. It's a little thin for my liking. The blade geometry is excellent. It slices really well, as you can tell. I've used this knife, and I kind of laugh when people, other YouTubers, you know, do a review of a knife, and you can tell that they haven't used it. And you won't see, you know, that on my channel. Rarely will you see a brand new spanking shiny knife unless I've really cleaned it up. Because it's really funny to see, you know, somebody, oh, blah, 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 I've used this knife and I've had it forever and it's so great, blah, 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 blah. And it looks like, hey, you know what? You haven't even used that knife. But in the jungle, I use knives and machetes a lot. So, yeah, anywho, let's see. What else about this knife? It's 1095 high carbon steel, so you are going to have to protect it with some kind of oil. It will rust. 1095 is a rust magnet, so in the jungle I use frog lube, but that might not be the best for somebody that lives in a colder environment because frog lube coagulates, so you might want to use like a mineral oil or something like that, or tough cloth or something. But for me, frog lube protects my 1095 blades pretty good, and as you well know, ESEE uses pretty much 1095 exclusively except for their 440C stainless. But it's got a good warranty, and that's what I like about this company, is they're solid, American made, and yeah, that's the stats on this knife. Yeah, bites in there deep. The spine is not 90 degrees, so you can't bark ferro rod or scrape bark with it, but that could be easily solved by just filing a flat spot on the spine. Not a big deal. She's a chopper. I definitely approve of the ESEE Junglas, or Junglas, whatever you want to call it. The only problem I have really is, well, there's a couple problems, is the tip is a little thin, right? And there's no choil. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to do finer tasks, but it can be accomplished with this knife, just like this. It's not that hard, and it's not that uncomfortable, especially with gloves. Now, the cutting geometry, oh man, that's really nice. It slices, it chops, it's got a good weight to it. It's not too light, it's not too heavy. I would carry this knife on a baldric style like this. I wouldn't put it on your belt, even though there is a belt loop. Yeah, there is one complaint that I have with the sheath, only one on the sheath, is that it does rattle, but you can easily solve that by putting a piece of cloth in there. And I took it out so I could show you guys that it does rattle. And when you put a piece of cloth down here, and just a little piece, and you slide it in, it won't rattle anymore. Easily solved, not a big problem, not a deal breaker considering how awesome this sheath is. And you can, you know, I would put it on your pack with the molly, or I would wear it baldric like this for easy around the camp access to it. So yes, I would definitely recommend this knife. For the price, I paid $150 a year and a half ago. I know it's climbed up to $170 right now, and I'll provide a link to where you can buy this knife off of Amazon, and it helps the channel, and I would appreciate that. Yes, I would definitely recommend this knife. I would definitely recommend it to a friend. I would bring it into the jungle, camping, or into an adverse situation where I thought I might need a really good knife to survive, right? I think the ESEE is definitely a survival knife, a big survival knife, kind of a fighting knife as well, but it can be used as a machete, and it, like I said, it can do finer tasks. So, like this video. I hope this helped you in a purchase decision. Please share this video. Hit that red subscribe button for further videos. Until next time, aloha.